Hello friends, welcome back to this channel. So question paper of GATE 2024 are out and I hope सभी लोगों का एग्जाम काफ़ी अच्छा गया होगा. So hello guys, my name is Rahul and you are watching Architecture and Planning with Rahul. Now we will solve this question paper of GATE 2024 for Architecture and Planning. We will start with General Aptitude section. So question number first is, if arrow denotes increasing order of intensity, then the meaning of words. So here is an example is given: sick, infirm and morbid. So here sick means ill or not well. Infirm means not mentally or physically strong. And meaning of morbid is in a very bad condition or about to die. So similarly, we have to find what will come between silly and daft. So silly meaning unwise and daft meaning foolish. And out of the given option, vain meaning useless. So this vain is related to body part. This vain meaning useless. So the correct answer of this question is option number D, vain. Let's move to the next question. The 15 parts of given figures are to be painted such that no two adjacent parts with shared boundary excluding corners have the same color. The minimum number of colors required is. This is a very good question where we have given a shape which have 15 parts and we have to find the number of colors required to paint this object. There are some conditions that no two adjacent parts with shared boundary have the same color. So suppose if this will be the shape, then this part will paint with one color and this will be painted by another color. Second condition is about the excluding corners, which means if the shape was this, then we can paint it with the same color. Now we have to find the minimum number of colors required. So for such questions, you should start with the center part. So we will first fill this circle with A color, then this will paint it with B and this will with C. Now this part is sharing boundary with A and B, so we can paint this with C. These parts are sharing boundary with A and C, so we can fill it with B. Also this part is sharing boundary with B and C, so we can fill it with color A. Now this part is sharing boundary with B, C and A, so we have to take a different color, so we will fill it with color D. Now let's fill rest of the part. We can fill it with B, this can be filled with C color, this can be filled with A color. We can fill this shape with C. We can use A color to fill this part. We can fill it with B. And for these two parts, we can use color D. So we have only used four colors, that is A, B, C and D. Therefore, the correct answer of this question will be option number A, 4. Let's see next question. Question number 3 is, how many 4-digit positive integers divisible by 3 can be formed using only the digits 1, 3, 4, 6, 7 such that no digit appears more than once in a number? So we have to find the 4-digit numbers which will be divisible by 3. We have these 5 numbers. So let's understand the case that and these numbers can be divisible by 3. So a number can be divided by 3 if the sum of each digit will be divided by 3. So let's understand it with an example. Suppose this is a number and we have to simply find whether this number can be divided by 3 or not. So for this we can use a trick. We have to just simply add each digits. After adding we will get 12. So this 12 is divisible by 3. It is very sure that this number 1, 2, 3, 6 will also be divided by 3. Now let's see the question. So out of this given numbers, try to make a digit and then find out whether it can be divided by 3 or not. So we will simply add all the numbers. 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7 equals to, which is coming as 21. Now we know that this 21 is divided by 3, but here we have to take only 4 digits. So we have to remove at least one of them. After removing this 3, we will still get the sum as 18. And if we remove this 6, we will get the sum as 15. So first we will use 3 and then 6, and rest of the number will be same. There is one more condition, that no digit appears more than once in a number. So first we will take 1, 3, 4 and 7. Now we have 4 digits, so we can use all the 4 digits in the first position, and in the next position we can use only 3 digits because one of the digit is already placed in the first position. Similarly, in the third position we can use only 2 digits, and in the last we can use only 1 digit. So on calculating this, we will get 24. Similarly, for second case, we will use 1, 4, 6 and 7. And just like we did for the first case, we can use all the 4 digit in the first position, then 3 in the second, then 2 digit in the third position, and the last position we can only use 1 digit. So on calculating this, we will get 24. And now by adding both the cases, we will get 48. Therefore, we can form 48 positive integers of 4 digits that can be divided by 3. Therefore, the correct answer of this question will be option number B, 48. Question number 4 is the sum of the following infinite series is. So here is a series is given and we have to calculate the sum of the series. So when you carefully look at the series, you will see this is the combination of 3 type of series, where the first term is integer and rest of the terms are in fractions. So this series is a combination of 3 different geometric series, where the first term is 2. Then there is another series which is 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 8, 1 upon 16. There is a third series of 1 by 3, 1 by 9 and 1 by 27. So first segregate the series. So first term is 2, then another series is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16. In the series, first term is 1 upon 2 and common ratio is 1 upon 2. Therefore, the sum of the series S will be first term multiplied by 1 minus common ratio to the power n divided by 1 minus common ratio. So this is the formula of sum of geometric series. So from this formula, the sum of this series will be 1. Now there is another series of 1 by 3 plus 1 by 9 plus 1 by 27. Here the first term is 1 upon 3 and common ratio is 1 upon 3. And putting these value in the formula, we will get the sum as 1 by 2. Now we will just add the sum of all the series. So the sum of first series is 2, sum of second series is 1 and the sum of third series is 1 by 2. So we will add 2 plus 1 plus 1 by 2. It will come as 7 by 2. Therefore, the correct answer of this question will be option number B, 7 by 2. Let's move to the next question. Question number 5th is, in an election, the share of valid votes received by the 4 candidates A, B, C and D is represented by the pie chart shown. The total number of votes cast in the election were 1,15,000, out of which 5,000 are invalid. Since the 5,000 votes are invalid, therefore the total number of valid votes are 1,10,000. Now we will see what we have to find. So based on the data provided, the total number of valid votes received by that candidate B and C is, so B received 25% votes and C received 20% votes, which means B and C collectively received 45% of the total votes. We have to find the 45% of 1,10,000. Suppose the total number of the votes received by B and C is X. Formula to calculate the percentage is total number of vote received divided by total number of votes multiplied by 100. So just simply put, total number of vote received is X. Total number of votes are 1,10,000 multiplied by 100 equals to the percentage, that is 45. Therefore, the X equals to 45 multiplied by 1,10,000 divided by 100. On calculating this, we will get 49,500. So total number of the vote received by B and C are 49,500. The correct answer is option number B. Now all the questions carry 2 marks each. Thousands of years ago, some people began dairy farming. This coincided with a number of mutations in a particular gene that resulted in these people developing the ability to digest dairy milk. Based on the given passage, which of the following can be inferred? Now we will see all the options one by one. Option number A is all human beings can digest dairy milk. So this particular statement is not mentioned in the above passage. So this is a false statement. Then second statement is no human being can digest dairy milk. This is also not mentioned in the passage. Statement C is digestion of dairy milk is essential for human being. So there is no mention of such thing. Last statement is in human beings, digestion of dairy milk resulted from a mutated gene. So this mutated genes is mentioned in the above passage, which says is coincided with a number of mutation in a particular gene that resulted people developing the ability to digest dairy milk. Therefore, it is a correct statement. So it is a correct statement. Therefore, the correct answer is option number D. Next question is the probability of a boy or a girl being born is 1/2. For a family having only 3 children, what is the probability of having 2 girls and 1 boy? So this question is related to probability. For this question, we have to find all the probable cases. First case can be all the children are girls. Another case will be there are 2 girls and 1 boy. Case 3 can be first is girl, then a boy, then a girl. Case 4 can be boy, girl, girl. Fifth case can be boy, boy, girl. Case 6 will be girl, boy, boy. Case 7 will be boy, girl, boy. And case 8 will be boy, boy, boy. So these are all the probable cases with 3 children. So as per question, we have to find the probability of having 2 girls and 1 boy. So case 2 is the probability of 2 girl and 1 boy. Case 3 is also a probability of 2 girl and 1 boy. Case 4 is also a probability of 2 girl and 1 boy. So out of 8 cases, there is only 3 probability that there will be 2 girl and 1 boy. Therefore, the correct answer is option number A, 3/8. Person 1 and person 2 invest in 3 mutual funds A, B and C. The amounts they invest in each of these mutual funds are given in the table. So this is all the investment of person 1 and this is all the investment of person 2. Now question says at the end of 1 year, the total amount that person 1 gets is 500 more than person 2. The annual rate of return for the mutual funds B and C is 15% each. What is the annual rate of return for the mutual fund A? So annual rate of return for mutual fund B and C is 15% each. So person 1 will get 15 upon 100 into 20,000 from mutual fund B. So on solving this, we will get rupees 3,000. Similarly, from mutual fund C, he will also get 15% return, that is 15 upon 100 into 20,000. So he will get 3,000 from B and 3,000 from mutual fund C. Now we will find the same for person 2. So from B, he will get 15 upon 100 into 15,000, that is his invested amount. So on solving this, we will get 17,500 rupees. And from mutual fund C, he will get the same amount because he invested 15,000 in mutual fund C also. Now let's assume that the rate of return of mutual fund A is X. It is already given that person 1 will get 500 more than person 2 after 1 year. So person 1 will get X upon 100 multiplied by his invested amount, that is 10,000, plus amount written from B and amount written from C, and it will be equal to X upon 100 into 20,000, that is invested by person B, and the amount he gets from B and C mutual funds, plus 500. This is because the person 1 gets 500 more than the person 2. Now I will explain this equation once again. So this is the total amount person 1 will get after 1 year, and this is the total amount person 2 will get after 1 year. And in question it is given that person 1 will get 500 more than person 2, and to equate both the amounts, I just added rupees 500. Now it will be equal to the amount got by person 1. On solving this, we will get 100x plus B plus C is 6,000, and it will be equals to 200x plus the amount written by mutual fund B and C, that is 4,500 plus 500. So on solving this, we will get 100x equals to 1,000 rupees. 20 will cancel this 20. Therefore, x equals to 10%. So this is the annual rate of return by mutual fund A. Correct answer of this question is option number B, 10%. Let's move to the next question. 3 different views of a dice are shown in the figure below, and we have to find the piece of paper that can be folded to make this dice. So on unfolding this first dice, we will get 5, 1, 4. And on unfolding second dice, we will get 6 just below the 4. And on unfolding the last dice, we will find the position of 2, that is adjacent to 6. Now only one number is missing, and that is 3. 3 either will be here or it can be here. On folding, it will be adjacent to 4. So in none of the option, 3 is given here. So option A is exactly the same pattern of this. The correct answer of this question is option number A. So friends, that's all in this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestion or anything to discuss, you can comment us. If the video was helpful, please do share, like and subscribe. मिलेंगे आपसे अगले वीडियो में. Until then, goodbye.